Okay, Nicole, I like this. This is sharp. Really cool idea. We're going to talk about that. This has a lot of potential. These are forced, Nicole. These are really forced, both of them. And one of the things I'm seeing here is that, these are logo roughs. So you should be really experimenting, excuse me, in a real life situation, meaning that when you are working in a studio, you're going to be doing logo, when you're working on logos and even something, a little bit simpler work like monograms. This 3 rough thing, it'll never fly. I mean, you're going to be doing more like 100 roughs. So that's why it's really important just to get to all sorts of variety in here. And the reason I say that is because you've used the same typeface in 2 of your logos. So we're not really seeing the variety that I'd like to see there. Excuse me. This one is, this stroke on L for the ascender is so much more wide than the bottom part of the L, so I'm not figuring that out really. I don't think either of these two have particularly good mechanics, meaning that they're not going to play well on a page with other elements, and that's simply because of their shape. Now the negative shapes really are what I'm talking about. Specifically this example here, you've got these big negative spaces here, 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 and here that are creating these sub shapes that are going to be really difficult to work with. I just imagine this sitting on top of a letterhead, maybe on the upper left-hand corner of a letterhead. Think about how difficult it's going to be to compose the rest of the page with a configuration like that. This one, not so much. This would be easier. But I'm really interested in this for a number of reasons. Number one, the way you have this kind of as a fraction, I love that. It's so cool. Don't think we need the round background, though. I really don't. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think we need the color background. Actually, I just really don't even think we need the round background. I would just go positive on negative here without any color, and choosing the colors you want to, of course. But this is, boy, it's going to be tough because again, it's taking the versatility away from your piece. Let me explain that a little bit further. It's not bad. It's not bad keeping the circle, but the color. If you want to use this color to brand yourself, what I would do is I would use this color as the outer circle. Okay, and then I would use the color on the type instead of that, because this on the top of a page is definitely going to be a little bit heavier. It's going to be pretty heavy because of that visual weight added in that big circle right there. So think about that. The other thing I'm thinking is this, is that you want to draw some similarities in relationships. So if you follow my suggestions, there's a couple of things you're going to have to do. You're going to have to take this outer circle and try to bring it close to the stroke size of your letter forms. Okay, so the stroke of the outer circle will have to be increased. And then this will also have to be increased somewhat to mimic that stroke as well. And I'm going to say that because these strokes have rounded serifs. So that fraction bar, and that's just a lack of a better way to call it, would mimic those by having rounded ends. Okay, and then I think that's going to be something really, really very interesting. As far as the relationship between this and this go, I would suggest that you play with maybe placement over here. Nicole or N, Nicole Lestow, and then design, or Nicole Lestow design, or however you want to configure it. But you'll be turning this into discussion board for in week 3 for discussion and critique. So if you want to make some changes between now and then, that would be awesome. But those would be my recommendations moving in that direction. Right now, I think the relationship between this mark and this type here is really uncomfortable because this type is so tiny and it's little, and this is so strong and powerful. So I would definitely increase the size of the type to accommodate a better relationship with the actual mark itself. Okay, so just keep experimenting. I think it's looking fantastic. Again, I love the idea. I've not seen a monogram presented as it's, and if this wasn't your intent, I'm only saying this as a descriptor, but this kind of fraction, I just love it. Fantastic idea. All right, any questions? Give me a holler. Thanks, Nicole.